what's up guys? Darkdally here, playing Elite Dangerous. This is a game I've been playing for quite some time, and I just realized I alt-tabbed out of it on accident to start my recording software. There we go. Playing Elite Dangerous. I've been playing this game for quite some time. I started playing it on PC several months ago. Recently moved to PC, which meant I had to start all over, and it's really not been a problem. In fact, it's been a lot of fun. So I'm still technically a beginner. Even after several months of playing the game, I'm still a beginner. This game has a very large learning curve, and that's part of the reason I want to make some of these videos. Here, let's get some panoramic views here, if we can. Here I'm currently driving my SRV around a settlement that many of you may recognize. I've been collecting resources because I'm trying to engineer my FSD on my ship. Now, just a week or so ago, this would have been way over my head. You know, I didn't know how to do engineering or anything like that. And I want to do some basic videos on planetary exploring, landing on planets, which is definitely something tricky for when you first do it. When you get horizons and you first start landing on and exploring planets, there's a lot to know, a lot to be tricky about. You look, I have this whole fighter pilot HUD. And that's kind of what I want to focus on today, I guess. I'm going to start kind of in the middle. I'm not going to start with your basic Sidewinder. I'm not going to start with basic upgrading. We'll get to that. And I'm still a beginner, so I'm just going to kind of start with where I'm at and what I know. We're going to go from there. And I'm sure some of you guys watching this can help me figure some stuff out too. So here I am in this settlement. We're collecting some stuff. I actually just finally got what I needed. Oh, more chemical processors. Oh, that's how it happened. I cruised around this place for like 3 hours, and I find none, and then I find 2 in a row. Okay, so I'm also at the moment currently I'm assisting with a closed beta test of a new mod, which is going to be great for the game, and I won't say anything about it. I actually have it turned off here. Because I don't want to broadcast it just yet. It's going to be great, guys. So I have some great footage of a new mod that's being developed. I had to turn it off for this, so I feel a little crippled. Let's go have a look at my engineering. I've been working on engineering my frameshift drive for my ship. Now, once you reach a certain rank in exploration, you'll get a thing over in your engineer's panel from Felicity Farseer to go visit her. And she'll have you gather some stuff. I'm currently in the process of upgrading the frameshift drive of my ship. I'll show you that here in a second. Basic planetary exploration. Right now, it's as simple as... Right now, I'm just picking up materials, driving around with my cargo scoop deployed, sorry. And let's go ahead and return to the ship, because we have more than what we need now. I wanted to make sure that I had more than what I need to upgrade my frameshift to the next level. Alright, so let's talk about some beginner stuff. Here we are exploring a planet in the SRV. Now the SRV drives very different from the ships in the game. It drives more like a car in a car game. Because, okay, it depends how you play. If you play with a HOTAS or just a keyboard. Me, I play with an Xbox controller. I play on PC, but I play with an Xbox controller and a keyboard in my lap. So I have that for all the complicated commands, and this feels more natural until I can afford a good HOTAS. Now you can see right there, so this is a beginner's guide and we're starting in the middle. Sorry guys. Also, I'm not using my regular mic. You may notice I sound different. I'm just using the headset I have plugged in. I'm using the Massdrop PC37X headset you see me advertise all the time, because I just like it so much. It's so comfortable. It does not have the best, it does not have studio mic quality like I like to think that I have with my other headset. But this thing is so darn comfortable. It's just great for long gaming sessions.
I want to give a big thanks to our sponsor, Massdrop, and their awesome PC37X gaming headset. I've been using the headset for a few weeks now, and it's now my go-to for PC gaming. Not only is it the most comfortable headset I've ever worn, with inch-thick velvet ear cups and a detachable cord which is easily replaceable, but it's practical and affordably priced. I'm really glad I found this headset, and if you're looking for a new one, just check out the link right there in the description and see the reviews for yourself. It really helps out my channel, guys. Also be sure to check out my own review that I did on the PC37X. I'll have a link for that in the description as well. Thanks to you, and thanks to Massdrop for this sweet product.
So let's continue on. So let's go back to our ship. You can see our ship targeted up here with the orange thing, and I can hit target, and you'll see right there. Unmanned Commander Darkdally, that's my ship. I have it parked nearby. We're going to go ahead and get back in here. I'm going to show you some basics of planetary flight. because right now we're going back to engineer my frame shift drive a little more. And so I'm going to take off of this planet, and then we're going to go to a different system and land on another planet. So pretty good tutorial on that, I guess, because we're taking off from one, landing on another. And I think it's only 3 jumps away, maybe. Oh yeah, okay, so driving SRVs can be tricky. Now, we're going to go over this whole fighter pilot UI thing here, because I know this can be confusing. There's a lot of stuff I want to cover in this, and perhaps I could have formatted this better had I actually given this video forethought. Alright, so let's look at my little HUD, my little fighter pilot HUD, as I call it. If you look down on the bottom right of the HUD part, you see 4431. Those are coordinates, obviously. You see 0.09 Gs. This planet's very low Gs, which means if you go too fast and you hit a hill, you're going to catch air. And these things are highly maneuverable. They don't always land straight, so there's a lot of zigzagging sometimes involved. You want to be careful when you're driving on low G planets. Now, I've not done any high G planets, but I understand you want to be far more careful there, because here, my main risk is simply losing control of my SRV, whereas on a high G planet, your risk is crashing into it, trying to land on it. So we're going to go ahead and dock my SRV. Docking the SRV, yeah, here's the problem with medium and large size ships. This is a medium-sized ship. It is kind of big. It can be hard to sometimes get it landed right, but I do have it landed here so I can pull up under my SRV bay. We're going to pull up my bottom panel. I'm actually not sure what button that is. I want to say it's 3. Is that right? Yeah, there we go. And we're going to go ahead and select this. And, okay, we're not there yet. We need to wait for the board ship light to light up. There we go. So now we can go ahead and hit 3, or whatever keybind you have set for it. We can go ahead and board our ship. Let's start with planetary takeoffs. Planetary takeoffs are super duper easy. We're going to be landing at a planetary base, whereas here I'm landed actually on a planet. We're going to be landing at a planetary base. That's a little easier. There's still a lot of little tricks to it and stuff. Now, I'm still a beginner at this game for sure. So here we are in the cockpit of my Crate Mark II. A lot of things I like about this ship. I love, actually, a lot of people have criticized this. I actually like the duct tape on the wiring and everything. It makes me feel like I'm in the Millennium Falcon. I guess the Crate Phantom would be a closer, outside replica to the Millennium Falcon. But I like the inside feel of this ship. The inside is the side I see. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and launch here. There we go. Okay, now we're free. What is my landing gear button? I've gotten so used to. I've been testing. I'll tell you right now. The mod I've been testing is a voice activation mod for pretty much everything. And I'm told not to go into it because it's still in very early closed beta, so we won't be. Where's my landing gear? Okay, we're just gonna have to do it manually. I got so used. I'm so spoiled by this that I now have it off for this. Let's go ahead and just manually. Cause I don't remember what button it is. Oh yeah, it's L on the keyboard. Of course, I knew that. I'm playing with a hybrid of Xbox and keyboard here. Let's get off the planet. Let's point up. Now, okay, so looking at the fighter pilot HUD. Okay, all the numbers, all the spinnies. Alright, so this is going to spin to replicate the horizon. The numbers you want to look at are the numbers on each side of that. You notice right there it says 63. So I'm currently at a vector of 61 degrees off this planet. You can go straight up 90. Let's find it. And if you're not sure, you can always hop to outside view. And I do this sometimes. Like if I'm trying to escape, the pull of a star or something, I'll often, pull out and see. Okay, am I at the correct angle? Yeah, this is the angle I want. Let's go ahead and let's go back. All right, so we're flying 88 degrees straight up. That's good enough for me. And we can boost. Usually, and this is totally safe. This might cause a. Let's put all power to my engines. Actually, there we go. Let's see, do we take damage from doing this? Let's find out. Let's go ahead and just engage our frame shift drive. Hard points deployed. Yeah, let's get rid of those. There we go. Okay, now we can boost. Alright, just aim towards the escape vector. And this, getting off a planet is easy. It's pretty much just point straight up. Just pop your super cruise and get off of there. Okay, I thought it might hurt your ship. It hurts your ship if you come in too hard, but apparently not if you get out. Now, right there on the right side of my HUD, you see DRP. You see my altitude is currently 29 meters. I'm getting some frame drops because I'm recording here, that's all. 30, 40 kilometers, you see my altitude's increasing. So we're getting out of drop range, which is like glide, I call it. The next level up is OC, that's orbital cruise. Once we get into orbital cruise, we're good, and we can really fly around the planet. Yep, getting some serious frame drops here. And again, I apologize for that. It's because I'm running multiple things in the background on my other monitors. Here we go. Once we get to up to orbital cruise, we're going to lose the fighter pilot thing, and we'll talk more about that when I actually go to land. Now, now we're getting some serious speed. You can see, look at our speed right there. Our speed at the top right of the compass in the center of the screen. Our speed is skyrocketing. Let's go ahead and have a look outside here. And I'll show you where we're going next. Where we're going next is to get some FSD engineering. Now, I know this is not like the proper beginner tutorial for this game. I'm just kind of bringing you guys into my level where I'm at right now. And we can see, where's the planet? Oh yeah, see it disappearing in the distance. Yeah, once these ships start accelerating, they really accelerate. And this is not the fastest ship. I have this mostly set up, and we'll go over the setup of my crate Mark II. We'll go over the setup for it. Right now, currently, let's have a look. Well, what is my ship's jump range right now? 38 light years. We're going to see if we can increase that, because currently I have the ship pretty stripped down, and I'd like to kind of, yeah. So where we're going is to the TeknoAXE system. That's where you're going to find Felicity Farseer. So let's pull up our galaxy map, if I can remember how. I am, oh god. Oops. Yeah, I'm so spoiled by the voice commands that I'm forgetting some of my keys. Alright, so we're just going to type in TeknoAXE. It should only be about 3 jumps away from me. 250 light years. Let's see. Actually, it looks like more than that. We can always look over here to the right panel. 7 jumps. Okay, I was wrong. I'll fast forward through some of this for you guys. Here's where we're going to land. We're actually going to Farseer Inc, which is on this planet. Now, at first, you're not going to see it. Once you've been there, once you've targeted it, it's going to appear. We can zoom in, and I can see where it's at. It's right there on the planet, and just do that by zooming in. So we're going to select that location specifically. All right, let's do planetary approach and landing. So we are going this way. It shouldn't be too far. Now, your speed, of course, is going to fluctuate as you travel through a galaxy. Your speed's going to fluctuate. As you pass by larger astral bodies, your ship is going to slow down because their gravity is pulling you. See, it's telling me to slow down right now because there's probably something above me or around me somewhere. I don't know. It's telling me to slow down. Ignore that. I can see how my approach to Farseer Inc. is fine. Let's go ahead and adjust my angle here. So as you pass by larger planetary bodies, your speed's going to slow down once you get out of their gravity, and especially once you start getting to the vacuum of space, your speed can increase and increase. You see right here I'm going 30 C. That means 30 times the speed of light. I've had it as high as 900. Sometimes if you get way out there, you can really get hauling. What you want to watch when approaching a planet, so here's approaching a planet. Let that count down until it gets to 8 seconds, and then go about 75% throttle. Is what we're going to do, and kind of keep it at that. You don't want to come in too hot. You come in too hot, the gravity's going to suck you in. Okay, we're going to cut this back now. I want to keep it right around 8 seconds. I'll speed up a little bit, because the closer you get, if you're like, oh, I'll wait to the last second. No, what's going to happen is the gravity's going to suck you in, and you're going to have to do, what they call the loop of shame, which I really don't think it's that shameful to have to loop around, because here's the thing. One thing here, we're fixing to land on a planet. Now, we're flying by a lot of stuff on the way. It's going to fluctuate our speed and affect a lot of things here. We're going to land on a planet, which is just now coming into view. I don't know yet if Farseer Inc. is on this side or that side of the planet. I really don't know yet. And that's always... let's speed up a little bit. You see, there's these planets I'm passing by are slowing me down. Now we're speeding up again. Let's cut the throttle, cut the throttle, cut the throttle. I'm never ashamed if I have to make a loop around. Never ashamed. So let's see where on the planet Farseer Inc. is this time. You know, sometimes I come in and it's in front of me, sometimes not. So we're going to talk about orbital cruise, descent, glide, things like that. We're going to try to nail this. I do use a docking computer. I'm a big fan of using docking computers. Gives me a chance. It's not because I can't land. I can dock, but I'm not the best at it. I use docking computers, which we will be using here, and that will slow down. Let's just cut my throttle fully so we can get an idea where we're going here. I'm a big fan of docking computers because it gives me a chance to set down my controller, light a cigarette, grab a drink, whatever I need to do. Can't quite see yet on the planet where it's at. We're going to slow down. Okay, so what the first thing that happens, okay, we can see, it looks like we're actually coming in right on it. Let's go ahead and flip this way. There we go, this is better. Okay, so we're about to, as soon as we drop into orbit, we're going to hit orbital cruise. Right there, you see orbital cruise, the OC coming up. There's orbital cruise, let's pull up. We want to keep above drop. Don't go to drop, and we're coming fast. Okay, it's obscured from us. Now, remember the angle. See my angle, negative 22 degrees. I'm coming down towards drop. You don't want to drop out. Once you drop out, you're going to slow down. Now here's one problem, and I'm still trying to reconcile with this one, and that's it. Because I have my nose up, I can't see exactly where my target is, but I can see the distance. I can see I'm 63 kilometers up over there on the right side of my fighter panel, and if you look over to the left, I can see I'm 220k out. So I think I'm fine. Let's kind of dip down a bit. Okay. This is a good range to jump down. What we're going to do is we're going to purposefully drop down into glide. And this, yeah. It's going to rocket you towards the ground, but don't fret. Don't fret. Okay, now there's another bar I want you to look at on the right side of my fighter panel. See that bar with all those bars? There's light blue at the bottom, or bright blue I should say, and then light blue at the top. That depends on your HUD color, of course. That's telling me I'm going way too fast. Ideally, what you want is, there's that one wider bar in the middle right there. You want that horizontal bar by itself, and that means you're going the recommended speed. It's much like the place see my throttle. I have my throttle right in the right place on to the right of my map there. Alright, so we're looking at our approach. We're actually doing a fine approach. I'm just going to leave it like this. You can come out of glide directly above this place, and again, I do not recommend a descent of more than 60 degrees on a planet with normal, ish gravity. This planet, as you can see, has low gravity. Okay, so we're slowing down now. I'm going to go ahead and punch it. I'm going to punch some gas back in because I'm confident I can make this. Now, this is just going to be like any other docking station. Sorry if this is overloading with information. There's a lot to see on this HUD. Once you use it a few times, you really do get used to it. Once we're 7.5 clicks out, just like with any orbital space station, we can request docking. Now, that said, yes, I could have jumped in a lot closer. That's okay. Now we're going to do actual planetary landings in a different video because this video is getting longer. As far as planetary bases, once you know where they're at, as I know where this one is at, it's just like an orbital space station. Only difference being I'm currently at my max speed. This is why you want to avoid dropping down into glide. You want to stay in orbital cruise as long as you can. I'm still not an expert. It's hard. It can be hard to keep the target in sight when your nose is up and the target's below you. So of course you want to watch your compass, which is the little tiny circle with the dot, and watch your altitude and distance. That can give you a clue. Like you can see here, I'm 20 clicks out, and you can see my altitude is about 5 kilometers. So that means I'm actually much closer. You know.
Romeo, commencing automated flight control routine. Please observe docking protocols.
All right. So we're coming in here. Let's go ahead and orient our ship correctly. The great thing about space is there is no upside down and there's no right side up. There's no up and there's no down. Space is endless and vast, and there's a lot of things about this game I love. So 4-kilometer height, 12k distance. So here in just a moment we'll be able to request docking. Once we get to about between 8 and 7.7 kilometers, I'm going to just cut my throttle fully and then just go ahead and it'll slow down to 7.5 and I can request docking. I'm sure you guys know how to dock. Here we go. So we're decelerating really fast right now. Let's go ahead and cut the throttle all the way. There we go. We're close enough. I'm going to go ahead and go to contacts, request docking. This is pretty elementary to anyone.
Proceed to landing pad.
And this is what I like. Auto docking. This gives me a chance to have a drink of my soda, maybe light a cigarette, whatever. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do some engineering. So this is kind of really a multi-thing video. I didn't start this video with much of a plan, so you've seen me do some picking some stuff up on the surface, gathering materials with my SRV. Now we're coming in for a landing, and oh, here, let's get us a pretty outside view of our ship while we land. If I can get I'm trying to hold a drink in my hand. There we go. Watch my ship dock. My ship is very brightly colored, and that's one thing actually, as I'm thinking about it. Having a brightly colored ship actually is not a bad idea. And I'll tell you the reason for that. The reason for that is when you're in a wing with other people, especially in combat, having a brightly colored ship, just when you're in combat, especially like most of the times I don't do much combat, so most of the times I do combat, let's go ahead and enter the hangar. Most of the times I do combat, it's not with my own ship, because my ship's not set up to fight. Most of the times I do combat, I'm someone else's wingman, I'm deploying one of their fighters. Most of my friends have brightly colored ships. When I'm pulling loop-de-loops trying to hit targets, it's really handy to see, like a bright yellow or green ship in the sky, and you can avoid them and not run into them, because it's surprisingly easy to run into your friends when you're pulling loop-de-loops and fighting, trying to chase down targets. At least my findings. Again, I'm still new. So here's what we're going to do. We can, because this is Felicity Farseer's place, she's an engineer, I pulled her up on my engineer panel, we can go over here to Engineer's Workshop, and we're going to see if we can engineer our FSD a little bit more for some more jump range. So we're going to select FSD, select, so I have a 5A, it's the best you can put into a Crate Mark II, and it's pretty decent. I'm happy with it. You can see here I've completely completed. Okay, I don't have any experimental effects yet. I'm just kind of leaving those out. Correct me if I should. We've completed level 2. We're currently on working level 3, and it says, if you look over here, cost. I need phosphorus, I need chemical processors, and strange wake solutions. Chemical processors are the hardest ones to get of those. Phosphorus you can mine on several planets. Strange wake solutions you can just hang outside any space station and pick them up with a wake scanner. And we can show that in the video. There's lots of things we can show in videos. Chemical processors usually are stuff you salvage from ships you destroy. And since I don't like to do combat, that's why I was driving around on that planet, picking them up. And that took me a long time. But you can see I have more than enough. So what we're going to go to do is generate modification. This might unlock the next level. No, it's still locked. We're still on level 3. Generate it again. I wanted extra chemical processors because as you go... Okay, there we go. I can actually now go to the next level. Now this level, even though that one's not done, I'll show you here. So this takes manganese, chemical distilleries, and eccentric hyperspace trajectories. As you can see, I have a ton of these. I've been collecting materials left and right. So what we're going to do is, even though level 3 is not done, we're going to go ahead and go to level 4, generate modification. And what this is going to do is, it's going to automatically max out level 3. See, now we're locked in level 4. And let's just go ahead and do this. Let's just generate more of these. We're going to get a lot more jump range out of this. I've been farming a lot of materials, mostly because, I'll tell you guys why. It took so long to get the chemical processors that in the process I got all of this other stuff. I also did some surface mining while I was on the planet. We have now unlocked the next level. Even though this one's not finished, we can go through here. Okay, here we need arsenic, and wow, I swear I had arsenic, but I don't. You can see clearly I have 0 arsenic. So I'm going to have to source that myself. Let's just go finish off this level then, because I have excess of this stuff. Let's just finish off this level. I still don't know, myself anything about experimental effects. It's okay, let's finish off this level. We've made a lot of progress. See, this is why it's generally best to start a new one before you finish this one, because it goes tick by tick by tick. Let's just do it. Look, I have plenty of materials. I'm not worried about the materials. Those are really easy materials to get right there. Oh wow, it does not want to finish this off for me, does it? Not want to finish this off. There we go. We finished off level 4. But I had such an excess of those materials. Let's go ahead and, as long as we're here, let's refuel. We don't need to, but it's only 21 credits. And let's have a look. Let's pull up our panel. Let's pull up our engineer panel over here. Oh, look at that. I now have a current jump range. That's current, full of fuel with an SRV and everything. I'm now up to 42 light years. For me, that's huge. I'm still kind of new to this game, I'm not a long-time player. I want a ship that can do a little bit of everything. This ship is fairly maneuverable. It looks cool. It sounds cool. It's got a fighter bay. It's got cargo space. This ship has a little bit of everything. That's why I really like the Crate Mark II. But it's not known for huge jump distance. It's not like an Anaconda. But here we have 42.8 light years. That is with a full tank of gas and an SRV in my belly. And I'm happy with that. In fact, I really think that's all you need. I'm a practical guy. You don't need any more than that. Let's go ahead and hop out of my ship here. Let's get a view over. I do think my ship is quite attractive. I think most people probably think their ship looks good. The ship fills the hangar bay quite well. One thing about the, I'll leave you guys with this. One thing about the crate, both of them, the Mark II and the Phantom, they kind of have a weird upside down design. If you watch Yemek's video, when he was reviewing it, he pokes a lot of fun, as he often does at things. He pokes a lot of fun at the shape of the Phantom being upside down, because it pretty much has a flat top, and then the cockpit is kind of underslung down here. I keep going below the floor. I'm not good at this yet. There we go. Well, you get what I'm saying. What I did was, when I bought a body kit for this. I bought wings and spoilers and things like that. And I took that into account. When I designed it, I tried to put more bulk on top of the ship to balance it out. So, well, yeah, when you're designing a ship, take into account what you have, what weaknesses the design of your ship may have, and try to complement that. Let's go ahead and get out of this, back into the ship. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We got over a little bit of everything. Just kind of, I want to feel this out, and yes, we will be doing more focused videos in the future. And yes, I'll be using my regular mic in the future. I'm just kind of using the headset I had plugged in because I was exploring a planet, having fun, and I just felt like, hey, I'm going to make a video now. I'm going to make an Elite Dangerous video. I'm going to break into this market. I've not done one yet on my channel, so here we go, guys. Next up, I need to go find some arsenic. There's multiple ways to do that. There's lots of databases online and such like that, eddb.io. It's not too hard. Just Google. If you want something, there's Google. You'll find the right site. So next, I'm going to go source me some arsenic, continue upgrading my frame shift drive, and then what I'm going to do is, because I still want more jump range, I am always hungry for jump range, because I'll tell you what, this shit doesn't have any hard points on it. 0 hard points. I've stripped it down. I'd like to be able to build it back up a little bit and still have a jump range above 40 years. So we'll see how that goes. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a real pleasure. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. I'm Darkdally, and I'll catch you guys next time.